AI.
Oh yeah, you went on a rant about AI last week. That was great. I feel like I learned more about AI through your little I don't know if rant is the right word.
Yeah,
Tangent. I don't know. I feel like I learned more about it through that than I had previously known about it.
Yeah?
I feel like I'm still so what's the it's not sheltered.
They're just behind the times.
Yeah, shocker, I'm late to the party. I use ChatGPT like pretty often.
Okay.
I for like the lacrosse games that I broadcast, I always try to start every broadcast with like a monologue to intro the game.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
before, like when I'm doing my show prep, I'll go into ChatGPT and like type in the two teams that are playing. These
Sure.
are their notable stats. This team's in this place in the league. This team's in this place. Like these are their leading scores. Write me an intro to a broadcast, and
Cool.
then I'll edit it like as I go. Like I'll fill in stuff so that it's more something that I would say.
Yeah.
It's great. It does the job.
It's helpful.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, no. Have I showed you like the voice scams and everything?
The voice scams.
Yeah, scams.
Are you talking about like just like people impersonating other people's voices?
Yeah, using the voice synthesis and stuff.
You haven't told me about that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I took a recording from the podcast and I like used it in there.
Yeah.
And I can like make my voice say anything.
What?
In like my voice. It's crazy. So I can do it with you. I should do it with you, actually.
You should do it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's scary as
So
hell.
I can write your lacrosse intros for you and it'll just say it in your voice.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'll show it to you after. It's crazy.
So do you just like you input a like sample audio?
Yeah, like it's just a minute from me talking in the podcast.
Yeah.
And I can make it say anything.
That's so funny.
So I made it impersonate like me to say if I was on like a ransom call.
Okay.
Right? So
God.
here's
Mom, Dad, it's me. I'm safe, but I need your help. I need you to send over $1,500 to the lawyers so I can get out of here. I'm so sorry I messed up and did this to you guys.
so yeah, it's like it's not 100% accurate.
But it's pretty good. I mean,
damn-
very obviously sounds like you're like reading bullet point form. So like if I got that ransom call, I'd be like, this is a little
Yeah, it's a little
but
sus.
that's pretty damn close.
And they're all just getting better.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, it was a big tangent.
There's an American election coming up, and
Yeah.
AI stuff
It's not good.
freaks me the hell out.
Yeah, it should.
We're back.
We're back.
I feel like every show, it seems like we start it by saying we're back because
Yeah.
there's been some it's not even like, I mean, we did have that one episode that we had to take off, but it's like we're here in person, so we're good. And then the next episode we've been online.
Yeah.
So then the following episode, it's like we're back.
Yeah,
And the
it's
next episode, it was just me interviewing Joe.
Yeah.
And the episode after that, we're back.
We're back.
And then the episode after that, no episode at all. And then the episode of that, I had
So
medical
many-
stuff.
So many things happen, man.
We're back, baby.
back.
This is also, to be fair, like you even told me this a few weeks ago, and it applies to me as well. Like this is a super busy time of the year for
It's
me.
not, yeah.
My schedule, and I know your schedule, and you have travel stuff. My stuff is all like local based, but
Yeah.
my calendar is so full right now. It's stupid.
Doesn't it fucking suck having a job? Having
Yeah.
to be an adult? Yeah, because you texted me today. You're like, do you want to record today? I was like, yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah,
I think
let's
we're
get
good.
it out of the way. Let's do it today.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at like the next couple days and it's, yeah.
Yeah. You crushed this. I was really sad that I couldn't be there for the Sum 41 episode.
Dude, I was so upset. Like I realized I was thinking, man, I probably should have done like a nostalgia run when I was there, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
I thought you did a great job, like
Thank
doing
you.
the summary of it. If I could just to like to put a bow on it, because like you said at the beginning, like in the same way that like Motion City Soundtrack is more your band
Yeah.
than it is my band,
Yeah.
like Sum 41 is more my band than it
Totally.
is. Not to say that you're not as fan of Sum 41 or anything, but just to put a bow on it from my perspective, or from my point of view, Sum 41 retiring is a really like bittersweet moment for
Yeah.
me. It's sweet in the sense of like these guys very much so deserve retirement. They deserve all the success that they've had. They've been a band for like 20 plus years.
yeah.
So I'm really glad that they're able to end on their own terms. It's obviously not the entire like band that it was from the start.
Yeah.
There's some new members, some members that are gone, and so on and so on. But for the most part, the core guys are there, and it's nice that they're able to end on their own terms.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish off with the tour that we already had planned. We still have an album coming up. Like it's like a double-sided album. We're still gonna be doing everything, but this is a good way for us to end. It's bitter in the sense that it's over.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to
That's
be,
it.
you know, like, I mean, maybe they'll have their reunion tours like down the line, who's to say, like
Right.
shows here and there and stuff like that. But you know, even in present day when they put out stuff, it's not, I mean, we'll see with their new album,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm fired up about every Sum 41 release like I was when in like 2005 kind of thing. But when there's a Sum 41 release, I still like save it on my Spotify, make sure to listen
Yeah.
to it, give it an honest listen kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's sad that after
Well,
this album, that those days are kind of over.
You ain't gonna get to do it.
So shout out to Sum 41. They were my first favorite band. They were
Yeah.
my first concert ever. I think they were actually also my second concert ever.
Nice.
And yeah, it's gonna miss the new Sum 41 releases.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was so Ven was listening to it. She's like, "You're dumb. You're an idiot." I was just like, "Why?" Because when I was saying like my memory of like the music video was like the Sums and stuff, and I was like rattling off bands like Number Band, and I was like, Blink-182, Green Day.
Well, no, but they say you were not wrong for that. In the music video, Will Sasso, he's like listing off number bands, and he's like, yeah, Blink-182, Green Day 57, and then just carry. So you're not wrong.
Okay, so that's why maybe I just watched it.
Screw you, Van. Yeah, no, you were pretty bang on there.
All right, that's good.
Can I tell you the story of why I had my medical issues?
Please. I mean, I know the reason,
Yeah.
but I can't even. Okay, yeah, go please.
Okay, so the short version is I have kidney stones. Still currently have them. They have not
brutal.
exited my body yet.
Fucking brutal.
It's the story now, being able to look at it like 2 or 3 weeks removed, whatever. I think I'm in week 3 separated from it. I'm able to look at it now and be like, this is pretty funny overall.
Okay.
In the moment, easily top 5 worst days of my life.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear why, because there were moments where I was just trapped where I was and couldn't leave kind of thing. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a Saturday morning. Saturdays I work at the radio station. So get up, feeling fine. Go to work, feeling fine. Do my half-hour walk to work after I park, feeling totally
Right.
fine. Doing all my prep at the radio station, feeling fine. The
Yeah.
show goes live at 9 a.m. That's when we're on air. We're doing a live show.
Sure.
At like 8:45, I'm standing at the printer printing a couple last-minute things, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I feel like really nauseous. Like I could throw up right now.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I haven't had like the flu in years, so like timeline wise, like it kind of checks out. Like yeah, I guess I'm kind of due to have the flu. Like
Sure.
or maybe I have food poisoning or something. Like I was broadcasting last night. Maybe I'm overtired.
Yeah.
Yada yada yada. Whatever. But this is where I'm starting to feel trapped, because it's Saturday morning at the radio station. We're live in 15 minutes. There's no one else here but me and the host.
I see.
It's not like I can call in sick. There's
Yeah.
nobody else here. I have a 4-hour radio show that I have to produce.
Right.
I have an 8-hour shift that I have to get through.
Yeah.
Like I'm here.
Uh-huh.
So like whatever, like it still wasn't that bad. So the show starts and I'm like really nauseous now. Like, and I'm like, I have the chills like crazy. It's like 25 degrees out and I'm like wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants. Like,
Huh.
and on top of that, like this back pain that I've just never felt before in my lower back. And it was to the point where I said to the host of the show, Tom, because I usually chime in on the show here and there as the producer and stuff. I was like, please don't include me. I feel really sick right now.
Yeah.
Stay on that side of the room. Like,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on. I feel awful. Like, just don't include me on the show. And it's like, no problem. Carry on through the day, through the show kind of thing. Back pain is getting worse and worse. I am now having this shooting pain up like my ribs, like here and there every like 10 minutes. It was just like shooting up. Still like nauseous as ever. Can't stop shaking. Like it was like the shakes. like when you get your COVID shot kind of thing. How like
Sure.
the next day, if you would have like the really bad chills, if you had a bad reaction, or like
Yeah.
a flu shot kind of thing, if your body reacts poorly to it, whatever. Made it through almost the entire show without throwing up. Made it through to the second to last segment of the show. So we had like half an hour left, and I had to like duck underneath my desk and into the recycling bin and puke in the bin. Host had no idea.
Nice, dude.
Literally, like we have a guest on. I'm like under the table, get it quickly done and over with. Take the bin outside, get rid of it.
Oh my
come back
God.
in. He didn't notice a thing.
Nice.
Fantastic. So the show's over. I like quickly hammer out like the post production stuff that we have to do so that I can just get out of there as soon as possible. My car is still parked half an hour away.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to the SkyTrain. I'm not walking. Like I feel terrible kind of thing. And also like I actually felt a little bit better after puking. So that I was thinking like it's probably just a bug because I feel better after this kind of thing. Like the back pain is still bad. I'm still kind of nauseous, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. I get to the SkyTrain and everything hits me again. I'm as nauseous as ever. Now I'm on like a moving vehicle kind of thing. I'm sure people thought that I looked like a junkie because I'm like hurled over in this SkyTrain seat kind of thing.
Going through withdrawals.
Yeah, it was just horrendous. So I get back to my car, and I'm now starting to have like full-fledged panic attack. So I've grown up with panic attacks, I think, since I was a little kid. And when I get them really bad, I hyperventilate. And I don't know if you've seen someone hyperventilate before. With me, I honestly don't know if it's different for everybody or if it's just me. My hands curl inwards.
Oh,
like
okay.
the oxygen is not getting to my hands, and they legitimately curl inwards like this. So now, like, not only do I feel shitty, and I probably shouldn't be driving anyways, I can't physically grip the steering wheel.
God.
Because my hands are inwards.
Is this when you get in the car or were you driving?
This is when I'm just getting to my car.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to nap in my car. I'm going to try to just sleep this off, and we'll see how I feel in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and I'm still in my hoodie because I have the chills, and it's like 25 degrees out. So
Yeah,
I
and,
nap.
and when you get in the car, too, it's like a baking in the warm
but I
sun
still
there.
have the chills kind of thing.
damn.
So I wake up after 20 minutes. Now I'm drenched because, of course, it's a sauna in there. So I like take everything off. Still feel as terrible as I felt before. And I start having the panic again because my back is in so much pain. It's ridiculous. So I have the thought to try to calm me down. I'll call someone. I will call somebody in my family, and they will be able to talk me down to try to get me through this panic attack. Because if not, I'm again stuck here because I can't drive. I'm all the way in downtown Vancouver.
Oh my God.
Jen is currently working.
Yeah.
I don't know where anybody else in my family is, so unless they can come pick me up, I am stuck here in Vancouver.
Jesus. Good Lord.
So I called my mom.
Yeah.
No answer. I called my dad. No answer. And he texts me back to say, "Did you butt dial me?" No, I kind of need you right now. Call my brother. It might not have been in this exact order, but call my brother. No answer.
Jesus.
Call Jen. She answers on like the 7th ring because she's at work.
Yeah,
like, she's occupied kind of thing. But I was like about to be like, who can I call now?
God.
So Jen finally picks up, and I immediately start panicking again on the phone. But she's like trying to calm me down, and she's like, I also haven't eaten all day because I was afraid to eat something.
Yeah,
so I thought I was going to just
barf,
throw it up. So I'm sure that was playing a contributing factor to this whole shit show. Anyways, like Jen talks me down a little bit. I end up like sitting in my car for another hour and a half, just trying to, because like I don't think I can drive right now.
Yeah.
Finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start driving. If I have to pull over, I'll pull over. But I don't want to be here anymore. And Jen wouldn't be able to come pick me up for like at least another couple hours.
Oh my God.
I just need to get home, kind of thing. So I start driving. My dad calls me back. And as soon as I hear him start talking to me, I start panicking again because I start like, I'm explaining everything that I'm going through. And it's like, now I'm verbalizing it again. I'm hyperventilating again. Immediately pull over. I've driven like 10 minutes. Like I'm pulling over.
God.
My hands are curling again and again. So anyways, like he calms me down a little bit. Get myself to the highway. I'm in the right lane, like going as slow as possible because I'm like nervous as hell.
Yeah.
Now my brother calls me back,
Oh,
and now I'm
Jesus.
on the highway, and again I'm verbalizing everything.
Jesus
so I start
Christ.
panicking again. I'm like hyperventilating all over again, kind of thing.
Oh my God.
Have to pull over a couple more times, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like pulling into my into the driveway at our apartment in Ridge there.
Mm-hmm.
My mom calls me back now.
Throw the phone out the window
I'm
at that
like,
point.
Mom, like, this, this is what's going on. I don't really know what's going on. I can't talk to you right now. I'm getting home. I have to get inside. Like,
Yeah.
I'm parking the car right now. Like, I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
So, get inside, like immediately just like collapse in the bedroom kind of thing. I'm like sliding my way on the apartment walls because like I can't hold myself up kind of thing. It's awful. So finally get inside, like somehow like between Dom and Jen, like they were calling each other to try to come up with a plan. So Dom comes over because Jen is still at work. So he comes over. He's like trying to do whatever he can kind of thing to calm me down and try to take away some of the like whatever pain I was going through kind of thing.
Yeah.
Eventually between Jen got home shortly afterwards as well. They decided to take me to the hospital.
Smart
Move kind of thing.
Probably should have driven there first.
Yeah, probably. But also like I definitely would not have gone if they hadn't said
Oh,
like,
really?
Because I was still just thinking like this is just a bug. Like this is
yeah.
just a really bad bug.
Yeah.
So they take me to the hospital. I'm in there for a while. They give me a shot of Toradol, I think it was, like right when I got there to try to take away some of the pain. That didn't do anything. I go in, like they blood work, like I get a CT scan. I'm doing like all the tests.
Yeah.
Eventually they get me on like an IV drip. They get me on morphine. The doctor told me like right when I got there, he's like, yeah, it kind of sounds like kidney stones. And I was like, you son of a bitch, don't you say that. Like, I don't know anything about kidney stones, but everyone says it's the worst thing in the world. Don't you shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Comes back like 4 hours later or whatever after the whole shebang in the hospital kind of thing. Comes around the corner. He's like, kidney stones it is. No. Like, you son of a bitch. So, yeah, it gets me hooked up with all my like painkillers and stuff. Like, sends me home. I missed the whole next week of work.
Yeah.
That was why like you ended up doing the podcast on your own because I was
Yes.
like I just like don't think I don't think I can sit at a computer chair right now. Still in a ton of pain kind of thing. Full disclosure, like the pain now isn't there.
Yeah.
Like I've gone through the worst of it except for that I haven't passed the stones yet. So that is from everything I hear is going to be the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Apparently that is like I asked the doctor in the moment, I was like, can you just be as honest with me as possible?
Yeah.
Is this going to be horrible pain? And
Yeah.
he was like, there are some people that are writhing on the ground in pain when they're like trying to pass them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he said, it's miserable. So I appreciate the doctor for being honest with me because I asked him to be honest with me, but also like, fuck.
So you just don't know when you're just gonna be taking a piss one day or something?
Yeah,
Or it's just
so
gonna...
that's the legitimately frustrating thing about the whole thing is the doctor that night said you'll pass them in a few days. I got all this medication like to avoid infection, anti-inflammatory, like pain medication, and this medication to help. I'm sure I have the terminology wrong, but essentially it's to open up the tube so that the stones will have an easier pathway, so it'll be less painful. I'm done that medication now, so now everything is just regular size. The doctor that night told me you'll pass them in a few days.
Yeah.
I called like the nurse's hotline the next day because I was like unclear on a lot of things, and he said, "Yeah, sometimes they take up to 6 weeks." It's like fantastic. Called my uncle the next day because he's had them a bunch of times. He was like, yeah, I usually pass them in 2 weeks. So nobody's giving me like a solid, concrete answer. But if I don't pass them, then they said I'll have to have some sort of surgery to like crush them up or something.
Fantastic.
Like that. So that was my journey with kidney stones. My ongoing journey with kidney stones.
God.
Yeah.
So is this like running your family, or are you just not drinking enough water?
My dad's never had them before. The doctor said after the CT scan, he said that I have a large buildup of calcium on my kidneys, and he said that's why I got the kidney stones. But he said that could be something that I was born with, and they just haven't noticed before. So I don't know if that means that I'm prone to them or not.
Yeah.
But if I have to go through that again while I'm stuck at a radio station live on the air, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
That
oh my
was
God.
the worst.
No kidding.
Top 5 worst days of my life, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The drive home should normally take me 45 minutes. It took me an hour and a half.
Oh man.
I had to pull over so many times.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't envy you. And yeah. No problem. I was like, yeah, when you told me, I was like, yeah, I'll do the podcast solo, man. That's all good. That's all good.
Yeah, that was if I can just don't get kidney stones.
Yeah.
You know? Just don't do it. It's not worth it, everybody.
Yeah. Drink more water, apparently.
Yeah. Whatever you can do to prevent it. Don't get kidney stones,
Jesus
everybody.
Christ. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Should we get into what is there anything else you need to catch up on, like before we get into like the bulk, which is going to be kind of catching up?
I feel like something is wrong with my brain where I just can't remember
good.
just anything.
Great.
Yeah, I'm very much living in the moment because
Yeah.
I feel like just like, does anybody ever get that, you know, when you're just like, you can't think
Yeah. That's like that
about the last couple days.
You know, like that feeling you get sometimes when you're driving and like suddenly like during the drive you're like, how did
You
I
just
get-
wake up at home.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How did
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
here? Kind of thing. That's what you're going through.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, no, a little bit. I mean, the drive thing where you just don't remember, that's definitely one thing. There's people who leave their kids in cars because of that.
That's wild.
I mean, like when you're overtired, you go something that's like outside your normal routine.
Yeah.
You just like walk back in. Like, yeah, people just leave their kids. But wouldn't you just remember?
You know what's funny?
I don't know.
So-
Probably not. I mean, I can't remember yesterday. So
My car gives me like a notification every time I turn my car off and open my door that says check the rear seats. And I'm pretty sure that's what that's for.
for the
To
babies.
Make sure don't just in case you got a kid,
Yeah.
take a look back
Yeah.
there. That's
Check out the
funny.
babies.
Yeah. So
That's
you're on
funny.
like kind of cruise control right now. Like
A
you're just
little
kinda-
bit, yeah. It's busy, especially after a full day of training. Like, it's a different presenting. I say training, but it's like talking for 8 hours a day. Workshops. It's
Yeah.
just draining in a different way. It's just your mind is tired. But man, yeah, just life is stressful.
Are you a believer in naps?
I want to be,
But you just
I
can't.
can't do it.
Took a nap today. It was unreal.
What's your go-to? Like, what's the time schedule? Like, because I will try to take a nap, but anything longer than 20 minutes is no go.
You know what? So today, for example, I got home. I knew I had to like I was recording a podcast before I came over here, like a lacrosse podcast that I co-host. I got home from work. I knew we started at like 2 hours after I got home, and I still had to do some prep.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can probably get my prep done roughly like 40 minutes, 30 minutes before we have to start recording. Like that's how much time that I need to be able to like make sure that I'm all set. I have until then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to set my alarm for that time and I'm just going to let myself fall asleep.
Right.
And if I fall asleep for this full like hour and a half
yeah,
amount
yeah.
of time, great. If it's not, whatever. So I'll put like a Twitch stream on, headphones on, and I'll just like drift off. Usually it's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever, but man, change your life. You gotta get on the band.
On some travel days, I'll definitely nap, but
Yeah.
nah,
Damn.
too busy.
Damn.
I know, it sucks. But anyway, what you been listening to?
I'm so excited to talk about this.
'Kay.
Because I haven't been listening to any music.
Just Podcast Town, eh? Podcast Train?
Specifically documentaries.
Oh.
You
Okay.
got me on this crazy journey.
Is it all these CBC podcasts?
Yeah, and like I've also found this it's like under the like the Sony brand. It's this they go by Chameleon, and they have different seasons or whatever. So you got me on the train with that Hunting Warhead one. We've
Okay.
talked about that plenty.
Yep.
I think I talked about a couple of podcasts that I listened to afterwards that are kind of in the same vein. I listened to one called Escaping Nexium,
Escaping Nexium.
which is
That sounds cool.
It's very cool. And not only is there an audio podcast for you to listen to on Spotify that's
Yeah.
incredibly well done,
Okay.
there is also a 2-season long
Yeah.
HBO documentary about it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And one of the, I mean, like the documentary itself, the story itself,
Yeah.
bonkers.
Okay.
You're gonna
Give me nothing.
I won't give you anything.
Yeah, give me nothing.
However, I will just tell you there is a chapter of the entire story that's based here in Vancouver.
Ooh, fun.
which was so cool to me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, the story itself is like pretty tragic, like kind of pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But it adds this degree of like, oh my God, this happened like
Here.
right here.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
after
yeah.
I found out like where it was, I was like looking it up on
wanna
like
go there?
Google and stuff like that to be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, how many times have I been that close to this place kind of thing?
Sweet.
Crazy. So on Spotify, it's called Escaping Nexium.
Yeah, I already saved it.
Good. The documentary is called The Vow, and it's 2 seasons long. Incredible stuff.
You've already watched it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Unreal. Another documentary, Spotify documentary
Yeah.
or audio documentary that I actually just finished. It's under that like chameleon kind of umbrella. It's called The Wild Boys.
Wow.
Again, it's based in BC.
Wow.
Vernon, BC specifically.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Oh, it's
again,
still Chameleon, I see.
yeah, which like that is so crazy to me. When, like already when there's like documentaries that have these crazy twists and turns and all this kind of stuff, they're already very intriguing. When all of those elements are involved and it's in a place that I've been,
Yeah.
that's in our province,
You're on it. Yeah.
like they're describing places and I'm like, I know exactly where that is. This is crazy. I just finished that one yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Highly recommend that. And there was another one by those chameleon people that I forget what it was called.
There's like lots of them. There's like different like spin-offs. I'm searching. There's like Dr. Dante and
Yeah. I just what is this one called? The Hollywood Con Queen.
Okay.
That was the first chameleon one that I listened to, and I thought it was really cool.
Cool.
And it's got a bunch of episodes to it. What am I looking at here? Like 10 or 11 episodes. So love that when it takes
Sweet,
up
yeah.
that much time.
Yeah.
So been hardly listening to any music.
Yeah.
I had my Discovery Weekly on yesterday. It's awful.
Didn't hit.
Didn't hit. So I'm just gonna keep
Yeah.
scrolling for
Yeah,
documentaries,
yeah.
man. I'm vibing with the documentaries.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Have you listened to S-Town? You listened to S-Town, right?
No.
What?
Was S-Town?
I mentioned it last episode. You didn't listen to it?
Was that a documentary or?
Well, no, it's a podcast, but it's like the best podcast. S-Town.
Oh, what? Okay, describe it to me. I listened to the last podcast. Why don't I remember this?
I don't know. I told
S-Town
everybody
podcast,
to stop
Serial
listening.
Productions.
Like legitimately one of the best podcasts. It's like you listen to Serial, right?
No.
What the fuck?
What is Serial?
Oh my god.
Tell
Dude,
me.
like these are like the like pinnacle of podcasts. Like these are like the best podcasts.
What is it?
What the fuck, man?
Well,
Really?
hang on. We have the best podcast, first of all. But tell me about the second best, Serial.
Okay. Serial is about a kid named Adnan Syed,
Okay.
who allegedly kills his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Heyman Lee. This is like the 1990s.
Okay.
And they're just graduated, so he's in jail. But like Sarah Koenig, the host, actually talks to him like through like phone calls and stuff. And he
Yeah.
actually just got released like last year from prison.
Oh.
So they haven't reported on it as much because they want to respect the privacy. But like there was a big like he's innocent,
Yeah.
but he was in jail for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So that one is fantastic because it's a good story. And
That's S-Town?
that's Serial.
Okay, Serial.
S-Town is just a really good fucking story.
Okay.
It's in this small town in Alabama called Woodstock, in this like small county called oh my gosh, I just finished it last week. It's Bibb County.
Okay.
Bibb County, Alabama, and it's about this guy who reaches out to the podcast host and says like, there's some murders happening here. There's some big time murders. This whole fucking county's all full of shit. All these people, all these cover ups and stuff.
Accent is all over the place.
Yeah, it's all these conspiracy theories and stuff, but it evolves into so much more.
Yeah.
So those two you need to listen to. Like,
Serial and S-Town.
yeah,
Okay.
either one, you can pick either one, but make sure those are the next two that you
Okay.
listen
I have
to.
S-Town was the first
Yeah.
one I went to.
Oh
Okay.
man, it's so good.
Okay. So what have you been listening to then in present day?
S-Town, I just finished that last week. But in terms of music, I've been listening to a band called Movements.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're like slow. They're like kind of remind me of like Pine Grove or something else. Can't remember. It's just like I listened to some of their stuff and it reminded me of other bands similar to that, but also I've listened to Pine Grove, so that makes sense.
sure.
Yeah. Have I liked anything recently? I don't know. I've been trying to play that one song that you just played before, the Paper Kite song, In Bloom. Oh, I can't even see the guitar here. It's right here. It's right there. Bloom by Paper Kites. And then what's in my liked songs recently? Doja Cat. Nice. No, nothing else. That's it. Music's tough sometimes, you know?
It is. That actually, okay, I was talking to, or me and my brother have talked about this recently, and this is actually an interesting discussion that we can get into a little bit. Sort of like a little bit of a rant, I guess. Kind of. But Medium Build has a new song coming out, which I mean, people have heard us talk about Medium Build. You got me onto his like radar.
Yeah.
And so he comes up on my TikTok all the time, and I keep hearing or seeing TikToks come up of him teasing this new song, and it sounds incredible. I'm so excited about it. Exact same characteristics that you gave when you first talked to me about him. Like so passionate, and you can hear it and see it when he's performing. Awesome stuff. This is the part that me and my brother have talked about a lot, and we both kind of rant about sometimes, is there's these bands and these artists that will tease a song for
fucking ever.
And it's like, just release the song. Just put it out, man. Please. I want to hear the song.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. Like, and it's there was this one kid, I think his name was like Braden Bales or something. He had the song was called Chronically Cautious, I believe it was called. When he was like teasing on TikTok, I was like, this is awesome. Release the song. Put it out.
Yeah.
Like, release the song already. It was like 3 months worth of these promotional videos, and they were all the exact same videos, and it was like, okay, like once you've seen one, you've seen all of them, but the song is still pretty good. Put it out. Finally puts it out, and it was like, I don't really like it that much because I've heard this same part over and over and over again, which is pretty good.
But the
rest
rest
of
been
it,
repeated on TikTok so many times,
and the rest of it just like is just kind of okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was just all right. It's like,
that is a weird TikTok effect.
Yeah, and I don't really like it. I understand promotion. And like you're playing into the TikTok algorithm.
Yeah.
I totally get that. But at a certain point, just release the song.
Yeah.
Like,
well, okay, to play the devil's advocate here, the same thing happened with me and this guy named Noah Kahan. I don't really know how to say his last name. But he's got a couple songs on the radio actually, like it's called Stick Season. But he released like an extended album, and there was a song that was really good that was like pumped on TikTok for a long time, and everyone was like, release the song, and it's like a month out before it comes out.
Yeah.
And he's like, he even addressed it. He's like, I get it, but I'm with a record company.
Yeah.
And like, it's the record company that says this is the date. So independent artists is
fair.
one thing. So record companies, but even then, you know, it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you never know what's going to get viral either. You never know which song is going to just all of a sudden blow up out of crazy. So you're just like, please take everything, right? And then it's like one of these song hits, and it's like, okay, cool. Now you have to wait for so long. But the fact that people keep using the same sound in all their videos, and it shows up all in your For You page when you hear the chorus, it's just like,
You're
okay,
just like drowning in it.
yeah, it's like it's not anything new.
Yeah.
because you just heard it 1,000 times already.
Yeah.
Fucking hate TikTok.
Yeah.
I deleted Reddit.
Good for you.
I deleted Reddit.
Wow. What was the final straw?
It was the third-party apps thing.
Like tracking kind of thing?
No, it's just they like increased their prices for the API for third-party apps to use them.
Okay.
And I used Apollo for
Yeah.
Reddit, and like Apollo can't exist anymore, so I don't use the official Reddit app.
Yeah.
Because it sucks. But then it's shutting down June 30th. So I was like, fuck
What
it.
is shutting down June 30th?
The Apollo app.
because
they can't.
Reddit. I was like,
no. So then, I just deleted it. I was like, fuck it. I don't need this godforsaken app anymore.
Wow, good for you.
Waste my goddamn
You've been
time.
one of like, I think you were, unless there's some people that I'm kind of unaware of, but like you might be you were the Reddit guy for
I had an account. My account was 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got it. I think I made it like grade 11.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wowie.
fuck that godforsaken app.
Well, that was a fun little rant or fun little intro. I don't even know how long into this we are, but we got the bulk to get into here, which is I figured this is a good opportunity for us to kind of, I mean, we've been doing some catching up and stuff, but I felt like this was a good opportunity for us to kind of reset a little bit and sort of discuss what the future of the show is to each of us, kind of thing, and what we would like to see happen in the future with some episodes and so on and so on, like things that we like that we've done. We can even open this up to people, like reaching out to us on socials if you want to get us in the Discord,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, like whatever it may be. I mean, we have to collectively between the two of us, we have to do like a better job of being a little bit more active. It's exhausting.
Fucking hell, it is.
It is
It
exhausting.
sucks.
It sounds like, man, shout out to the social media managers.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It's like, how hard can it be? Just put shit on social media, just upload photos. No, it's hard.
it
Oh my
is
God.
exhausting.
Yeah,
man.
like I want somebody to do that shit for me, man.
Yeah, especially like when the two of us are doing this, like we're not getting paid for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you get home from your day of you're doing your presentations and training for 8 hours. The last thing that you want to do is to go in and start engaging with people on Instagram and stuff and start trying to get some engagement. Same with me, man. Like I'm like we're two equally busy people, man. Like I come home from work and oftentimes I have to go and do other work. The last thing that I want to do when I get home is sit on Instagram or TikTok and have to start trying to engage with people.
Yeah.
That being said, we both acknowledge and understand that we have to do a better job. So that is something that is our what month are we in? Are we in
June?
Okay, so that's our mid-year
Goal?
New Year's resolution.
We can call it a goal. It's okay.
That's our mid-year goal.
There you go.
Resolution. By the way, my New Year's resolution of trying to get more flexible.
Oh, right on.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I got to do some yoga, my guy.
Yeah. I kind of stopped that after the first like 3 or 4
Yeah,
weeks.
that's fair.
Yeah.
We started running. Me and Ben started running.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Boy.
I can almost run 5K without stopping now. So that's
Nice.
good.
Good for you, man.
I just want to show my daily average time on Instagram. Guess.
Oh man.
Daily average time. On
Yeah,
Instagram.
but you do Instagram stuff. Does this include like work?
My own personal account.
time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say under an hour.
That's a very good guess. And absolutely. Yes.
Is it under half an hour?
Yes.
7 minutes.
Less.
Is it like 2 minutes?
Less.
No way. 1 minute.
I didn't go on it like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
You're the 1%.
Yeah, dude. I'll open it up. I will see 2 or 3 posts from people that I follow, and then I see video ads and I see videos of people that I don't follow, and I say fuck this app, and then I close it.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
And then they updated the stories too. The story cards are smaller now. Or they're bigger, sorry.
Like
so I have
the
to
icons are
yeah,
bigger.
they're bigger.
Yeah.
So I have to scroll more. I don't want to do more work. Fucking see you later.
This is like a wild tangent, but like I'm on Instagram specifically. It's the same with on any of the apps that have stories. So like Twitter, like sample or like experimented with it. I don't think they have it anymore. But like on Instagram and Snapchat, when there's stories that are unwatched, it's like an itch that I have to scratch. So I don't
really?
I don't watch the stories, but I go through all of them like rapidly
Oh,
to get
you
rid of them.
rapid fire. Oh,
yeah,
really?
Because it drives me crazy. I almost never. So if anybody sees a notification that like Tino Ferris watched your story, or you're going through and you see that I've watched it, I haven't. I'm just going through them because I hate when I see them all like lit up like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's terrible.
I'm already above your average time on Instagram just because I'm going through the stories to get
oh
rid
my
of them.
God,
kind of
that's
thing.
so many you have to go through to do that.
Yeah, I know. It's awful.
No thanks. So anyway, needless to say, we need to be better with
Yeah,
social
of course
media.
we do. But like, I mean, we can both acknowledge the value of social media and how important it is. But I think we can also both acknowledge and fully appreciate how damaging it can be, not to the brand, but to like mental health and your own like well-being. So I actually think it's great that you only have a minute on Instagram because that place is, I mean, social media is a shit show.
Yeah, I know. Well,
already.
most of my screen time was Reddit, so now that I've deleted that fucking app.
Maybe you're just going to be on your phone like so little now.
TikTok is next. I'm hoping to get rid of TikTok, but then I still need it because I've got to do this stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. As soon as I downloaded Reddit, I looked at my messages. I was like, I have 100 unread messages on my phone. So got rid of those real quick. Responded to everybody. It was like 2 weeks later. Like I had unread messages in my phone from February.
Oh my God.
So I was like, "Hey, LOL, sorry, I was I was in a meeting."
Hey, sorry, just got this.
It just seems now. Oops.
So yeah, like let's open this up a little bit. Like where, like I want to hear from like you specifically. Like evaluate what you like, what we've done so far about the show, and what you want to see in the future from us, and like a direction that you want to see the show go in? Like, what's your general evaluation of what we've put together so far?
I want more interviews.
Yeah,
I want more
and
interviews.
you've been calling for that since like day one.
The one with Joe was just fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know I've been calling it for it, but I got to actually do some shit about it. I want to like reach out to people, start to schedule some stuff, because that's really what it is. It's just you got to email, you got to reach out, you got to market, because that's how it works. So I mean, my bucket list goal is definitely Alex Melton. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'm sure eventually we can reach out and get to him. But yeah, I think some of the other guys from Chief State would be awesome. Some other smaller bands I think too would be cool, just to be able to promote some of the more like to show that pop punk ain't dead, but also some of the OGs as well. So I'm really curious to see like the mix of who's somebody who's kind of been in the mix and like the highlight of this genre from like the 2000s, the early to mid 2000s, somebody who's been in that mix with that, and then talk to somebody who is just like in like the late 2010s, kind of starting to get their feet wet in that situation, in that band. I really want to look at some of the differences and what the scene looks like now versus what it looked like then, because like the fans of this genre, of course, generally are like still on the younger side, but when you look at what do the fans now of pop punk look like versus what did they look like when we were in the core of that. So I think getting outside perspectives from that is huge, because that's not something that we would have. So I want to see more interviews. I'm liking our conversations.
Yeah,
they're nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely want to expand to talk to other people, because there's only so many things that we can share. And this whole idea is about expanding the knowledge base and expanding the space to make it more accessible. So that's what I want.
Yeah. I love the, like, full disclosure, like I did a lot of work with interviews when I was in school. And I mean, like I said before, like I co-host a couple other shows. So like interviews is not like a crazy new thing for me. I love doing interviews. It actually kind of makes our job a little bit easier, because there's a little bit less pressure on us to talk in long form. But I mean, that's just like an added bonus. The stories that you can usually get from other guests, based on like assuming that you're asking the right questions, are incredible. And I mean, sometimes you just get recycled stories, sometimes you get untold stories that nobody has ever heard before, and like nobody would even think to question. So totally on board with the interviews. Like I love that idea, and I'm super on board with the smaller bands, because I think, I mean, what you said with like expanding the space, and I think that's, I love that too. Even though we're not like a huge platform at the moment, it's cool for a small platform to engage with a small band or an up and coming band kind of thing. Even just as like a milestone to be able to, for ourselves, like look back one day and be able to say like, okay, this is where we are now. Like, look at where we were when we interviewed this band. And same with that band, for example, to be able to say like, oh, look how much we've grown. Like, this is where we were when we were interviewing with that podcast kind of thing.
With these fucking losers.
With these fucking idiots kind of thing. I would like us to eventually, if we can ever afford to go to a concert again in our lives. I would love to go and do like
a concert review
kind of thing. Or, I mean, like, this is a little bit more extreme, and I don't expect us to do this, but it would be really funny. Have you ever heard of that podcast called, I think it's called Podcast But Outside? Have you ever heard of that before?
I've seen clips of it. Yeah.
I think that would be a really funny thing to do, to like set up a recording outside of like a venue where people are lined up, and be like, hey, do you want to come in and chat with us about what?
That's such a good idea.
I think that would be really funny.
Oh my god, because we don't have to pay for the concert. We can just sit out front like a bunch of bums.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Like I would love to get back at some point to, and we've talked about this before as well, like the performance based part of the show, like how it was on the original. And I think like I mean, again, you and I have talked about this, like after the Joe episode with Chief State, like that's a really good option to, because we have a contact with Chief State to be able to like, hey, do you guys want to come back on? And then also like, would you guys like to perform a song kind of thing? And then once you have one in the books, like, man, you you can reach out to other bands and say like, hey, like this band did this. Like if you want an example of kind of what it looks like, what it sounds like, if you guys would be interested in coming on, and then also like promoing one of your songs by doing an acoustic performance or whatever it may be. I really enjoyed that aspect of the original show.
Yeah.
I obviously loved, like, I mean, you and I have talked about your performance a ton, like Dom when he came on and did his, like Chris Bork when he came on and did his. To be completely honest, like I'd never really heard Chris sing before,
me neither.
aside from like little samples here and there. But to be able to hear the progression of him as a musician, he was already an unreal musician. But to hear his progression from the last time that I had seen him to when that performance happened, like, was incredible. And I really like that. Again, kind of getting back to milestones a little bit. Like I really like hearing where people are started and where they are in present day.
Absolutely. Those are good ideas.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like I said, like, put this out to anybody that's listening as well. If you guys have any, like, what you want to hear, tell us, like, what you don't like about what we've done so far, kind of thing. Like the criticism is just as important as, you know, the ideas and what we like that we've done so far. So like, if you guys want to get at us, as always, on the Discord, on social media, like whatever it may be, like, let's hear some feedback.
Yeah.
Also, I would love to eventually. I mean, it's coming out of our own pockets, which is something that we just have to. But I would love to get us like stickers, merch, like we've talked about before. Like,
I know I want some patches.
Yeah,
I want some patches, man. I love patches. But yeah, stickers, hats, stuff like that. Yeah, we got to get the ball rolling on that because it's in the works. Don't worry, you know, we ain't going anywhere. We got to look at some sponsorships as well. You know,
whatever happened to MeUndies? Remember those guys? What happened to that company? They sponsored everybody. Hey, MeUndies.
I haven't heard those in so long. Oh my god. Yeah, or like, I don't know. I don't know. Probably they went out of business.
Yeah, if anybody at any of these companies, Manscaped, MeUndies,
everybody kept sending them back. I'm curious now, but yeah, I think some sponsorships would also be helpful as well.
Yeah, gotta start somewhere.
I didn't like that's the thing too. I don't know shit about getting a sponsorship. Like, do you just like sign up and then hopefully you
send
start
some
to make
emails,
money?
man. That's something I learned when I was in school. Was that people are a lot more accessible than you think. So like somebody that you think would probably not respond, there's a really good chance that they're going to check their email and either say no or yeah, sure, like whatever, let's hop on a Zoom call. Like, really not as big of a deal as people think.
True.
Like, people are way more. People that you think are so out of reach are a lot more within reach than you're probably imagining.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, get at us on all of our social medias or whatever, and let's hear some thoughts from you guys. We don't have like a huge listenership, but the people that are consistently listening are consistently
the best
interacting.
Yeah,
you know, and that's good for us.
Yeah, we love you all.
Yeah,
cool.
Is that a good place to wind down?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a lot. The bulk of the show was like
catch up.
Was like 15 minutes. The bulk, baby.
Yeah, the bulk.
There's a t-shirt design in there somewhere.
All right, y'all. I signed us off last time. You gotta sign us off.
I'm gonna say, all right, y'all.